Hey guys, Indecisive Gardener here. I am Stacy Jo. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're not new. Thank you for coming back. Honestly, I appreciate you. So, I need to apologize. I took a little bit of a hiatus. My husband was on vacation, so he took off. So I kind of took advantage of that time and actually got the greenhouse cleaned out pretty good and got the cardboard into the in-ground garden where I'm going to put raised beds for next year, and got, little things like pruning the tomatoes and getting some plants plugged into the garden for the fall garden. And so I took advantage of that time, and I'm so sorry I did not take you with me. I did try a couple times, and I even edited some, and it's like, you know what, this is not working. It's just, it didn't work out. And trust me, it didn't. So the girls have been getting out, and there's Flora, and I believe that's either Mary or Rose trying to get out. Come on, girl. Oh, I hear somebody else. Shoot. Yep. Girls, don't put your back to me. Little stinker. Ah. So, I am here now, and I do want to share with you. So here I am, and I think today I want to talk about preparedness and this crazy world we live in today, what's going on, and excuse all the noise in the background. I am in the city, so someone's running some kind of power tool. I'm not sure what it is, but we'll get through this. However, first and foremost, I have not kept you updated on my health. I mean, I'm constantly going to the doctors, you know that, but and there's a lot of back issues, there's a lot of thyroid issues, and at the moment, my functional thyroid specialist, endocrinologist, had put me on a new dose of NP thyroid. It is now 90 milligrams, I think it is, and I was on 60, and it wasn't enough. I was still sluggish. I still felt the same that I did when I was on levothyroxine. So now it's 90, and I'm feeling a lot better. I actually have energy. My pain is actually lessened, which is wonderful. I still have hip issues and knee issues, but honestly, that's probably my weight, and I am working on that. I had a allergy test to see which foods I have an intolerance to and which ones I'm actually allergic to, and I will get the results here soon, and then once that's done, then my functional thyroid endocrinologist will go over a new diet plan for me. I have been on so many diets throughout my life, so many different fad diets, including the paleo and the keto, and back in the day in the 90s it was low fat, and before that was low calorie. Well, you still need to do low calorie. So my doctor is going to go over all that with me, and hopefully I will start losing weight, because in the last year I've gained 20 pounds. Good morning. Hi. Yeah, hi. That's all good girls. Okay. There's some things I want to get off my chest. And I don't know if any of you have noticed with, things in the background and all that. I'm a very political person. I am more on the right. I was born and raised as a liberal and a Democrat. So I had, at first, I think it was 2014, 2015, I became an independent. And because I have the freedom to think for myself, I will not let others, especially government, tell me how to think. So as time progressed and we got into 2016 and we started seeing more riots here in Portland, people were losing their minds over Trump. And so I started listening to Trump and his speeches, not on the news channels, but actually listening to full speeches. And they took a lot of his words out of text. So, with that being said, I was losing more and more trust in the Democratic Party. Call me a traditionalist, call me old-fashioned, but that's who I am, and that's how I feel the old Democratic Party used to be. At least that's my experience. May not be yours, but it is mine. And since 2020, it was a bit of a wake-up call for a lot of people, not just me. I felt like I needed to get busy. I needed to make sure my family was taken care of, that we had all that we needed, just in case. And I'm not saying that, to put fear into people, because, all that crap. Put fear into people. Come on. You ever read the book of Daniel in the Bible? Fear is not always a bad thing. And being prepared is not a bad thing. Things have gone up 50%, at least. I believe more. So it's definitely an issue with this country, and preparedness is a good thing. If you want to make sure, and us women, here I am being a traditionalist again, it's our job to make sure the household has enough, and not just food, but hygiene products, everything. We need to make sure that our family is taken care of. So it's my job to make sure. And that's when I started, in 2020, I started expanding the garden. And I think I'm getting to the point where there's hope. There's hope that we're getting there, finally. And I'm starting to get the routine and learning more and more every year, even though I've been gardening since I was a little kid with my mom. I am 53 years old now. I'm learning all the time, and that's awesome. So we're able to prep things and get things, on the shelves. So that's a blessing. There's been a lot of change in the garden, and this new homesteading. It just evolved. I mean, I've always been interested in like agriculture. I've always had a love for animals, but it wasn't until I started learning from others on YouTube that I realized, oh, this can benefit this, and this can benefit this. And it all is one mesh of ecosystem. That has been a goal of mine, is to make sure, even though, you know, a neighbor might be buying Roundup, which the other day I found so many dead bees in this garden. Oh my goodness. It's still an issue. I'm surrounded, and you know, all the ant killers and the wasp killers and all that, that it is going to be a challenge here. But oh, okay, off topic. I just got off topic, sorry. Preparedness. It has been wild and crazy, and you know, the last few years, and I didn't think I would be here today, YouTubing and finding new friends like you, and which has been beneficial for my heart, for my my mental stability, because we all know when 2020 hit, well, we didn't know then, but a lot of society, which is now coming to light, have a lot of mental issues, and I'm included in that. I'm noticing it around others in my circle, and we all have our vices, and we all have, well, we all got to lean on the Lord, though, you know. So we got to lean on Him. We got to trust Him, and get us through this. And it's one step at a time. See what the Lord has in store for us, because, you know, ultimately, this is His story. And I am an open book. I am willing to follow wherever He takes us. Really, Flora. Oh, the crows are funny. They sound like they're laughing. Anyway, in the beginning, whenever the beginning was, my husband didn't quite get it. I didn't get it. This homesteading thing. And my husband, so, you know, with my husband, I couldn't articulate exactly what was going in my brain and my heart. I just knew my heart was leading me to homestead. And he would joke around about playing Farmville and Farmtown and all those games that you have online. He was like, you know, you just want to play those in real life. And he really didn't take me seriously. But he does support me. You know, he still views it as like a hobby. So I am searching for a hobby farm eventually. Not necessarily, you know, not farming, not in a sense of marketing, you know, earning income and so on. But I do want to sustain us. again, yeah, my husband, he's slowly but surely starting to understand where I'm coming from because he sees what's going on in this world right now. And I get a little bit more support from him, which is great because I really need the support with the health that I have. I depend on him a lot, which is, fine. We're a married couple. I should depend on my husband. It's funny because, okay, so my story. Let's tell my story. Um, in March 2020, I was working as a lunch lady in the cafeteria at a school that's like within walking distance from us. And they were talking about this virus that is coming around, and nobody knew anything really much about it. I got sick. Right at that time, I got sick. And it wasn't a sickness I ever felt before. It was a lot of feeling weak and somewhat dizzy, lightheaded, you know. There was no flu-like symptoms or no respiratory, nothing like that. It was just weird. It was a sensation I never felt before. And, my mother-in-law got it too. She lived with us at the time. And we were both like, what is this? So it went away over time. And when I got back from being sick back to school, I was shocked. I was going into an entirely new world. The students were gone. It was just us. I was like, what's going on? I luckily still had my job because my job at the time was to make lunches and breakfasts, actually, eventually, and take them onto the school buses. And I would, at that time, I was training the school bus drivers to help us out and give the students their lunches and log it and all that. And at the time, we decided, oh yeah, the school bus drivers need to get their food handler card and blah 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 blah. Anyway, so it was a big thing, and I felt proud, and I loved being on the buses. It was so fun. I met new people, and especially Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. I hope you watch this. I doubt you do. A lot of people, nice people that felt for the kids, wanted to do good for the community and make sure our children were fed. So, and the school bus drivers at the time missed the children so badly that they were so grateful that we still had our jobs and were able to see the kids. Even if it was just to hand them a bag of food and they went on their way. And, it may have not been the same, but it helped, A lot of us were confused and angry, so angry. I was angry. I understand the bigger picture now. What's going on? I understand. This is a spiritual warfare that we're going through. And maybe someday I'll be able to understand exactly how to explain that to you. But right now, I am just going through the motions and learning day by day, step by step. So, let's get back let's get back to 2020. Anyway, yeah, I was a cafeteria lady, no longer a cafeteria lady. I was a school bus lunch lady. And then they started talking about we had to get vaccinated. And we went through the whole year. We went through 2021. I went through that full year without being vaccinated. And I'm not anti-vaccinate. I'm not anti. If you want to do that, so be it. You know, I have a lot of friends that are vaccinated. I have a lot of friends that still wear a mask to this day. Of it was fear-mongering. I truly believe the government did not handle it right. Putting fear into people like that, you see the outcome to this day. You're seeing the outcome more and more every day. So it's still affecting us. So now I'm working retail again. I'm enjoying this much more. There's less pressure. I really enjoy this job. And I get to deal with other gardeners. I meet a lot of new people that, you know, have a lot of knowledge, and I am able to share my knowledge with them. If they have questions, I can actually answer. And that makes me feel good. You know, like when to plant, what kind of soil to use for what, you know, their situation is, and, you know, what kind of fertilizers, and so on and so on. And I'm really enjoying that. Yeah, I really enjoy like-minded people. Even a farmer has to make money. You still have to have a 9 to 5 these days. And I want to encourage people, get, you know, around here, so many people are on assistance. Get off of the assistance. Stop depending on the government. You can do this. Work hard, and you will succeed. Like with us, you know, I'm working 9 to 5, and I'm still working, you know, I still have, granted, my homestead is my backyard, and it's, you know, it's not that much. It still gives me hope, and we're still doing great, because we don't have debt. We don't have, we have our house, we have our cars, but we don't have credit cards. We don't have debt. And so the money that other people are paying on their cards, we can use that money towards food and the utilities. And so we're still making it. We're still doing good. And yeah, I encourage people to try to get out of debt. Try, you know, do as best you can. And when it comes to, these dogs are driving me crazy. When it comes to preparedness, you don't have to buy a whole mess at once. Buy like 2, 3, 4, 5 cans of canned goods and put it on your shelf, you know, each time you go shopping. Take care of your family. Take care of your debt. Make sure there's food in the pantry. And that's our job as women. We got to do that. You know, and men too. If you want to join in and share the fun, go do, you know, help your wife, help your girlfriend, help your sister or your mother. I mean, let's be a community. And yeah, that was totally all over the place, wasn't it? Come here, girls. Come here. Come here. So if you, oh, dirty. Sorry, I was digging in the dirt. If you are still dreaming of a homestead and you're like me, you're practicing in your backyard, don't give up hope. This is our moment to make sure things are right. And, you know, we're still able to dream. We're still able to practice. We're still able while we're able. Don't give up hope. Don't give up. Just keep going one step at a time. Pay off your debt, and it will make it so much easier. I have faith in you. I have faith. I have faith. Don't back off. Just keep trucking. Keep going, and you'll make it someday. You'll get there. I'll get there. And you know, the Lord has a plan for us. We'll make it. I gotta stop just wasting money and just knock out those payments for the car. And, you know, I've been doing it with the mortgage, and I'm going to continue doing that. It really helps to have two-person income. And, you know, that's why I encourage women to get a 9-to-5 right now, even though our hearts blown in the homesteading, get a 9-to-5, get those bills paid off, get that car paid off, get that mortgage down, and then you can get back to it. You know, you still homestead on the weekends, you still homestead in the evenings or mornings. Just, you know, like I said, one step at a time. But you got to get that debt out. You got to get it down. So, and then you can follow your dream and you can continue. Because like I said, the Lord has a plan. You got to depend on Him, not the government. Okay, so hi, I'm over here in the shade because it's getting pretty bright, and earlier my phone died, so I had to recharge it a little bit, and I had to take my son to work. So I am not an expert. What I do is I take you along with my journey, and you got to be careful what you say on YouTube. We're all in on this together for sure, and I'm not coming from a place of fear, that's for sure. And I just want to encourage people to keep moving, to keep doing what they do, making sure they get all their ducks in a row, and because we don't know the future, and if it continues like it is now, we need to be prepared. So, and there's nothing scary about that. That's just a fact of life. Even before all this mess, it was a good thing to be prepared, no matter what. You never know. I mean, like last year we had this huge ice storm and it almost killed my garlic. I mean, ice was solid and many inches around my plants. And we lost power. And just the other day, we had a storm, a thunder and lightning storm, which we've, that's common in central eastern Oregon, but not around here. But we had one, and a lot of my plants got mowed over with the wind and the rain. And oh my gosh, there's a story with this. Okay, so I got off work at about, I think it was 5:30. When I got back in the next morning, the cash registers and the whole system was offline, and that was because after I left for work at about 7 o'clock-ish, around there, I guess lightning struck in our parking lot. Okay, and it hit a tree and a limb fell and all that, and I guess the percussion was so loud that people ran out of the building, think there was gunfire. A lot of people were freaking out. And that just shows you how on edge we are in this area. People are scared, but we shouldn't be this on edge. You know what I mean? Take a deep breath, relax, and do what we need to do. Just keep going. If the Lord tells you to move, move. If the Lord tells you to stay put because you are needed right here, stay right here. The biggest thing is every morning when I get up, I have coffee and I talk with the Lord. I pray. And I ask him, what kind of blessing can I be for someone today? Or what needs to be done? Or, what's next in line? Bring it to me. I'm an open book. If I need to keep my ears open, eyes open, so be it. Let me be guided by you. And it is, it is, you see his works all around you. It's okay to have a little fear. It's okay to have that push. If you're feeling anxious, it's okay. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it's okay. But we got this. We got this. I'm not sure if I would have this drive for homesteading to this point if we didn't have 2020 to light that fire under our butts. I think a lot of us feel that way. I was interested in homesteading way before, but it wasn't something I was going to pursue. But I am here on this channel to find like-minded people. I wish I could speak more freely here in this area. I wish I could speak more freely, but I am surrounded by people that think differently than me, and I feel like I'm hushed. I feel like I am not allowed to speak my mind, and which I would love to. There's times where I just want to tell the world, hey, stop being so ridiculous. I guess I've said what I need to say. I wish I could just talk freely, but I can't. And I have a hard time expressing myself anyway. But I think I'm going to wrap this up. And I am so happy if you made it to the end of my rambling. Thank you. Thank you for being my friend. No, I really appreciate it. And here we go. Remember to plant kindness, to grow love. God bless and have an awesome day. And hopefully, more of you will join me. Maybe someday we'll all have a voice that we can express ourselves freely and not have to worry about being hushed.